The test for divergence, also just called the divergence test, is a quick way to check that a lot of series are divergent. It's really useful because then you don't have to waste time trying to show something converges when in fact it doesn't. We'll take a quick look at what this test says and then we'll prove it. The test for divergence says that if the limit of a sequence of terms an doesn't exist, or even if it does exist but is not equal to 0, then the series which adds those terms of the sequence together is a divergent series. So the only way for a series to converge would be if its terms converge to 0. To prove the divergence test, we're going to prove this equivalent statement, that if a series is convergent, then the limit of its terms must be 0. Make sure you see why these two statements are equivalent. The divergence test says that if the limit of the terms of a series is not 0, whether it just doesn't exist or if it's equal to some number other than 0, then the series diverges. So if the series doesn't diverge, that is, it converges, then the limit of its terms must equal 0, because otherwise the series could not converge. So these two statements are equivalent, and this is what we are going to prove. So we assume we have this convergent series adding up those terms an. Then we'll let Sn represent the nth partial sum of the series. That is, Sn equals a1 plus a2 all the way up to an. Then one way to express an is as Sn minus Sn minus 1. The difference between these two partial sums would just be the nth term of the partial sum, which is an. That's why this equation is true. Now, part of our assumption is that this series adding up those ans is convergent. So, of course, the sequence of those partial sums Sn is also convergent by definition. For the series to converge means that its sequence of partial sums converges also. Then let's give a name to that limit of those partial sums. We'll say the limit of Sn as n goes to infinity is equal to s. Also, the limit of Sn minus 1 as n goes to infinity is equal to s. Note that the sequence Sn minus 1 is the same as the sequence Sn. Sn minus 1 is just a term behind. But as n goes to infinity, of course, these sequences would approach the same thing. And then from all of this, our result follows pretty easily. The limit of an as n goes to infinity is equal to the limit of Sn minus 1 as n goes to infinity. Because remember, an is equal to Sn minus 1. Then we can just apply the limit to each of these terms separately. So this is equal to the limit of Sn minus the limit of Sn minus 1. But of course, we know that both of these limits are equal to the same thing. They are both equal to s. Remember, we assume the series is convergent, which means its sequence of partial sums is convergent, but Sn and Sn minus 1 are both sequences of the partial sums. Sn minus 1 is just a term behind. So both of these are equal to that limit s. Hence, this is s minus s, which is 0. So we've shown the limit of an as n goes to infinity is 0. If a series converges, then the limit of its terms must equal 0. Hence, of course, we get the divergence test. If the limit of the terms is not equal to 0, the series can't be convergent, so it must be divergent. So that's the proof of the divergence test. It's important to note that what's called the converse of this statement is not true. So if all we know is that the limit of the terms approaches 0, that doesn't mean that the series converges. If the series converges, its terms have to approach 0. But if all we know is that its terms approach 0, that doesn't mean the series has to converge. For example, the limit of 1 over n as n goes to infinity, of course, that is 0, but adding up all those 1 over n's, that's the harmonic series, which we know diverges. So if the terms of a series approach 0, we don't know anything. The series could converge, it could diverge. But if the terms of a series do not approach 0, we know for sure the series is divergent. That's how to prove the divergence test. Link in the description to a lesson where we go over several examples of applying it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and be sure to check out my Calculus 2 course and Calculus 2 exercises playlists linked in the description as well for more.